So the wow factor for this really was the spinal device wall. Walking into the space and feeling this presence of fluid movement. This project is for Trisys Medical Group. It's a spinal device company run by two surgeons that wanted to create a space that people could walk into and feel like they're part of a bigger picture, part of a bigger purpose. They had a very reasonable, modest budget to work with, a short time frame to move into the space, and as a new startup company, they were trying to establish their brand in a small amount of square footage, in a small amount of time, and it was a big challenge to make all of those things happen simultaneously. But then we really wanted the presence of fluid movement because that's what the spinal devices are about. The big part was dividing the space up with these acrylic wavy panels, and it took a lot of time and research by our team. Like with anything artistic, there's just always opportunity and constraints that create this problem-solving process. Definitely what makes me the most proud is problem-solving that spinal wall. I feel like it's super unique. It's something you never can repeat again, and it's something they probably talk about and look at on a daily basis. We wanted to keep everything nice and clean, much like what you would find in hospital-type areas. There's a lot with a corporate environment that you really sort of have to think about how they operate on a daily basis and what components do you need to put inside the space. Which meant that if we were going to spend all of that money on the glass walls, then we needed to kind of cut back and streamline furniture and streamline other things and really sort of stick with the concrete and glass and white walls and keep it a clean looking environment, which tied in really nicely to the overall medicinal feeling of the space. We worked very hard to make the design work and the build conditions meet their timeline, and then in the end applied for an ASID design award for under 5,000 square foot office space, and we won because of some of these components that are incredibly unique and just thinking outside the box and providing a solution that suits that client. The clients were definitely happy. They loved the space, and more importantly, the building ended up utilizing it as an example of a tenant build out of a space that specifically fit the client.